your library is used, so that the JNQ library we use in our so-called file system adapter. This adapter is has the purpose to manipulate files in a file system. So create, store, delete, rename, copy, blah blah blah, all this file system operations. And we have a client side and a server side. So server side means pull all files from a directory and start what we call initiate processes, business processes for each of them. And this file adapter is part of one of our solution I mentioned. So we deliver this file adapter with our MFT solutions. So only MFT customer are allowed to use this adapter. It's packaged only in this solution. So our MFT customer asked for this, and we already had this since many years. So from the very first beginning of our let's say company, we already had a file adapter. In the previous years, we used and still use open source libraries, like JSIFs and NG. So this is what we used heavily in the past. And a few years ago, customer started to ask us more and more about SMB3 support. And this open source libraries are not that strong with SMB3. So we got a lot of requests. And this was the starting point where we decided to find another library in the market, which supports everything we need for SMB.
We also had enterprise customers not running on Windows, but wanting to do SMB3. And this was, I think, Udo, the main decision that we needed some platform independent implementation of SMB3 library, let's say. And during the same time, we have seen that more and more customer tends to go towards this public clouds, Amazon, Azure, Google, and so on. And here as well, SMB3 plays a role for some of the services they use. What will come in the next years? I don't know. What we see, a few Azure services uses SMB3. Maybe we will get more customer for this. Currently, for these services, we offer also an REST interface. That's the reason why I don't know. What will come? Some customer already use this REST interface, and my expectation is that some of them may ask for an SMB connectivity here, because if in case they have very much traffic. In this case, I assume that REST is not perhaps it's not fast enough. First, it's very easy to find you. You just need to enter SMB in Google, and Visuality System is first link. SMB and Java, you have to say.
Java, SMB and Java. But I believe it was 2020 when we started to see what other alternatives we have. Because of the let's say the issues our customer reported us, which we had with the open source. We saw quite fast that in this case, so we like open source very much. We use it very heavily in our product, but in this case, our impression was that this open source market is not really ready and eager to implement SMB3. And if we talk about SMB3 or everything we need for SMB3, I'm not so deep anymore, but as far as I remember, Some came already in 2020 with this Kerberos thing and so on. Yeah.
I think the main reason is maybe that this protocol. So from an open source perspective, I think the main reason is that this protocol has been for a very long time not really public. Yeah, Microsoft started publishing the specification some years ago, and it's always like quite complicated protocol, and that's why we as a company didn't simply have the let's say the power or we didn't want to invest in really implementing this on our own. It's simply not possible. Yeah, and the same we saw in the open source libraries that we've been using before we started switching to JNQ, which is JSIFS and G and so on. If you have issues there, they sometimes help you, or you have to dig into it yourself, and we simply didn't have the manpower to do so, let's say. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And therefore I think one of the main reasons was also why we chose JNQ, that we could get support for it, yeah, by addressing our particular issue to someone listening to us and get a solution for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was one of the main pain points we had with this other APIs, which did well, but if there was a bigger problem, usually you had to provide the patch set yourself or wait a very long time to get a fix. Yeah. So,
and what also convinced me was we had a call with Tal, and he convinced me that Visuality Systems, its DNA is SMB, as far as I saw. Yeah. So, and he convinced me that whenever the market comes up with a new feature, the company, your company will implement it. Yeah. So we are let's say ready for whatever will come in the future. Yeah. We like the JNQ library, or your company, let's say. We have no doubts to work with small companies if they are engaged. So on. Yeah. So being small is not always an issue. Because you are very flexible. Yeah, you are very flexible.
Over the time, also with quite tricky problems we had to solve. For example, this famous Kerberos issue we had to tackle with one of our biggest customers that tried to connect to Azure. We worked together and we could solve it, and also our customer was satisfied. Yeah. So the communication with your support is quite efficient regarding the API.
The customer, if they buy MFT solution, they buy MFT solution. They don't ask us. They don't ask us very precise what kind of feature our file adapter supports and so on. Yeah. So they expect at the end that if they need a file adapter feature, that this is somewhere available. Yeah. So with this, using the JNQ library, we don't get more customer or get more money from them. They just expect that everything they need is there. So we tell them we support SMB3, and then the package is complete. Yeah. So from the sales perspective, there's no advantage. Yeah. On the technical on the technical level, where we are responsible, of course we have we have a much better solution than in the past. So it was worth to do this investment, to integrate this.
MFT solution is now capable to connect to Microsoft Azure without any limitations that we had.
Yeah.
You could use it with SMB2 and VPN, but if you do it over the internet, you do need SMB3. Here, our enterprise customers that want to use Microsoft Azure are now capable to do so, and they use the Kerberos authentication, which you also provided. So this is definitely some improvement or achievement from our point of view. And on the other hand, which we didn't talk about so far, is the Microsoft distributed file system integration, which we had issues with the JSysNG implementation. It was limited or not working in all scenarios, no need to talk about details here, but you have a DFS integration that simply works from our point of view. So this is a feature that we got with J&Q, and we have customers that have appliances integrated in their directory structure using DFS, with different locations and so on. And you could work with in such environments by, let's say, circumventing the DFS, by addressing the servers directly, by losing the functionality, of course, of DFS. This is what we did in the past. Now with J&Q, we are simply capable to connect directly using their DFS configuration, or most of the users that are in touch with us even don't know that their admin has configured the DFS. They simply say, it's an SMB connection. Here is the host name, use it. They even don't care about it. And this is now also something that helped us in one or two projects to easily or to fully integrate, let's put it like that, our platform in their DFS structure, which was not the case with our old implementation. And, these two things, maybe the Azure part and this DFS, which is really has been a problem with the open source libraries we've been using before.
Do it, use it. It's a cool company. No, it's the package is complete and we are very satisfied. So the library is doing what the library is supposed to do. We are satisfied with the support. With the support reaction and the quality. It's perfect. I don't know. Perhaps for now it's from the SMB perspective, it's feature complete. As far we have seen it for now. Tomorrow the situation may change if the next customer comes with an exotic thing, SMB thing. But we trust in your company that somehow we will find a solution. So for me, the fact that we choose J&Q made my life easier, to be honest. So I'm much more relaxed than before.
I'd like to explain this. The problem that we really had in the past is if you have an issue, you have to, with an open source library. As I said, you either have to completely understand and fix it on your own, or you have to wait until you maybe get a fix at some point in the future, which is simply not acceptable in our business. And that's why I think it's good to have someone like you in the background that helps us in solving our issues easier and faster. This makes Udo being more relaxed. Me too, by the way.
We are used to use open source. We like open source, and we also fix open source and work together with these communities. If needed and if possible. This SMB thing. Is a little bit too big for this. We have enough to do. We have not enough developer for our daily work. So
our intention was never to start to implement an SMB3 protocol. Yeah, even from the know-how point of view. Yeah, we are able to do it, but we wanted to save this time. This was the reason why we. And we in this particular case, we haven't seen, let's say, the chance or the option to contribute in an efficient way or cheap way with this JSIFs and JSIFs and Q. Yeah. So even if we pay money for the J and Q, yeah, at the end, it's the whole package, yeah, is cheaper, yeah, because it saves a lot of nerves.